Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to teach you a almost self-working multiple shift. The reason why I say it's almost self-working is because, well, you still have to do some kind of movement and a secret action with the deck and the cards, but it's so easy that it's almost self-working. This multiple shift was inspired by and sort of a varied handling of Carl Fulvis's Riffle Shuffle control. Now, not only will I teach you the multiple shift itself, but I'm also going to teach you a really cool trick that you can do with it. Let's get into it. Okay, so for this trick, we'll use the 4 aces, and what we're going to try to do is mix them in the deck and try to find them again, or at least get as close as we can to them, alright? So you can see they each go in different parts of the pack like this, and actually, you know what, maybe they're too close together. Maybe we can lose them even further somehow. Maybe like this with a shuffle, and then we can push those in, and you can go ahead and push them in, just to make sure they're really mixed up like that. Now, there's no way, I mean, we might have an estimate idea about where the aces are, but there's really no way we can know for sure. But I'll go first. I'll try to find the first ace here. Maybe right on top of the deck is a 4 of diamonds, so not an ace. A little close, 3 away from an ace. But maybe you can go. I'll give you 3 chances to beat me, to get closer to an ace than a 4. All right, so go ahead and just touch the back of 3 cards as I run by them like this. And you can change your mind if you want to, and you can stick with these. All right. So we'll take a look at your card. We got a 4-2. That's a 4, a jack, and a king. I'd say you beat me with your king there. A king is technically closer to an ace, but since I'm a magician, sort of a con artist, I didn't want you to win. I saved that for myself. You know, I wanted to win the ace, but I know how you feel. You wanted to win, but today, since I'm such a nice guy, everybody's a winner. All right, ladies and gents, this is how it is done. So not a lot of hard moves in this routine, although it does kind of seem like that, right? The moves are pretty simple to do. So here's how you do an almost self-working multiple shift. All right, it's a way to control, in this case, 2 to the bottom and 2 to the top. Okay, so what you do is take an ace, put it face down somewhere near the top, second ace close to that, and I like to put a gap in between each 2 ace. So after the second one, have a larger gap than what you did with the first 2, right? So you can see a difference in gap there. All right, so which will be important for a minute. So now you have 4 aces in the middle of the deck, and what you're gonna do is, as you're doing this, you say like, maybe these are too close together. So you just riffle down until you come past the second ace. So you have 2 right here and 2 right here, sticking out both portions. Okay, so what you want to do is, where your thumb is, come over with your fingers and grasp the deck from the side, thumb on top, fingers underneath, and simply rotate this packet like this, and align the aces that are now sticking out the back with the deck. Okay, so look at this. You have half the deck sticking forward, half the deck sticking backward, but the aces are aligned with each portion. All right, so let me do that one more time. So as you're sticking those in, sort of have a change of thought, as all of a sudden riffle down into where you have 2 aces right here and right here, and then you just simply separate these 2, rotate this around, so now you have aces sticking at the back and the front here. So you just want to simply align these back 2 aces with the deck. All right, with the deck itself, just align these 2 cards there like this. And now what you're going to do is simply strip these out, strip out the whole front portion, which will cause you to have now 2 aces on the bottom of this portion and 2 aces here on the top of this portion. In fact, I'll leave the aces face up so you can get a clearer view of what's happening here. You probably already grasped the idea, but I would like to over-explain rather than under-explain. Okay, so the aces will go face down, but I'm just showing you face up so you can follow a little bit easier. All right, so they each go in. After the second ace, make a wider gap than the first 2, and then those go there like this. So you can see the wider gap between each 2 aces like that. So now riffle down, grasp it from above like this on the thumb side, thumb above, fingers below, rotate this around. So then I have this, 2 packets in each, 2 aces over here sticking out from the front, 2 aces sticking out over here from the back. Align these 2 back aces with the deck like this. Now simply strip these out, taking the aces plus the packet like this. So they go on the bottom, they just coalesce on the bottom, while these 2 stay on the top, and that's being accompanied by the fact that you're sort of squeezing this back packet here like this so those aces can't move. So both aces at the same time are essentially being stripped out. So you have 2 on the top now and 2 on the bottom. Now, just after you do that strip out, just plop these down on the table. Don't do that. Just plop these down on the table and give it a riffle shuffle. All right, so you want to make it away. Always remember bottom out. Okay, so the one you strip out, ones will have the bottom of the deck. So remember, just bottom out is a good mnemonic for that. So in the riffle shuffle, make sure these go on the bottom first and these go on top last, so nothing has changed. All right, so push them in together, or they can do it. You can do one of these things and they can push them in together. So now at the completion, you have still 2 on top and 2 on the bottom. But at full speed, it does look pretty good, like you're just cutting the deck somewhere and, you know, really trying to mix the aces further into the deck, right? I mean, it looks great. And then you just shuffle these together like this, maintaining the orientation, and that's your control. So once you have the 2 on the bottom and the 2 on the top, what you want to do is get it to where there's 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. Now you could simply just do the riffle break under 1 card, under one of the aces, and it'll just be like that automatically. I'll just show you what I mean real quick. So what I mean by that, you have the aces sticking out, and if you riffle past just 1 card and strip out the portion where just 1 card is sticking out, and you do the move, that will leave you with the 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. But I like to do it 2 and 2, just so I can add in a shuffle to the whole thing, an overhand shuffle to the whole thing that makes the whole thing seem more, I don't know, like the cards are really being mixed. All right, so we're here 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, and like I said, I like to throw in an overhand shuffle. I just milk 2 cards first, bottom and top, milk 2, run 1, that gives me 3 aces there, and then just shuffle off normally, running that 1 single to the top, which will give me 1 on top and 3 on the bottom. So now at this point, as I'm shuffling, I'm saying, look, we're going to each try to find aces. I'll go first, or try to get as close to aces as we can. So after you shuffle, you finish talking and just do a double lift to show, a queen. Kind of close, but not really. And then just put that there. And then now I say it's their turn. And then have them just point to any 3 cards. And at this point, you're going to do a Marlowe move that I forgot the name of right now. I've been sitting here for a couple of minutes trying to remember the name of that move, but I can't. But in post, I'll do the research, and I gave you the name right here. All right, so this is what the move looks like. So you spread through and have them just touch any 3 cards, and you just outjog them. And when you get to the end, since 3 aces are on the bottom, you just catch a break above the 3 aces just by eye counting, right? And then you just close up, keeping a break above those 3 bottom aces as you just kick these over to the side. Now you're going to switch these 3 cards for the aces, and this is how you do it. So you legitimately just pull these out. Normally in these types of moves, you would have to do sort of a Vernon thing where you would do this, right? Add the cards to the aces like this from below. But with this one, you don't have to do that. You just really take out just those 3 outdraw cards, so it's great. Now, a good tip on doing this is when you're stripping those cards out, a good helpful way to do it is by grasping the whole right about the center at the corner here, between your thumb and the base of your index finger, and really just clamp down like this in that sort of pinch grip, and then pinch right there and just sort of flick your wrist like this, and they'll just snap right out. All right, so after you snap those out, you want to come underneath. Drop switch addition, that's what it's called. All right, so this is called the drop switch addition. I just remembered it. All right, so now you're going to, when you apparently do this, you're going to just drop the aces on top from the break as you do that, all right? So as these are being revolved up, you just drop those aces on top as you do that. All right, so none of the wiser. It's completely invisible. All right, so once again, you go through, they touch 3 cards, and you out jog them like this, spread all the way back, down, close up, get your pinky break, shove these over the side with your middle finger like this. Take the deck in middle grip and transfer that pinky break now to a thumb break, boom, like this, right? Do that snap out, and then sort of like tap the side like this, but first, before you do that tap, drop these on the broken cards, the aces on top. As you do that, so there's a dropped on, revolve these up like this, so they're sort of like side jogged right there, and then come over with your hand like this. Thumb comes over underneath like this to square those up, and grasp all cards above like this. So you got a break now under 6 cards, the aces plus those random cards that they touched. So now you're going to seemingly turn these cards over, and they're going to be switched for the aces, okay? So the way you're going to do that is with Herb Zero's move, go like this, 1, 2, and then count that, just name the cards. Go 3 of clubs, 9 of spades, and the 10. I say we got it pretty even, wouldn't you say? Boom, 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 you switched them. So how am I doing that? Well, it's very easy. Since you're in motion, you're just turning over a block of cards. You have a break under it. You go boom, boom, and then boom. What you're going to do here is sort of push the block with your thumb like this, but at the same time, you're going to take these fingers from underneath and just put your fingers under there, right? So the pushing and the grasping is done at the same time, so it's a simulated push off of that last card. So it looks very, very nice, and it feels good too. All right, so you just put those down. Say, who do you think was closer? I had a 4. What'd you get? And whatever, just do whatever you want, and say whatever you want at this point. But ultimately, just change this into an ace and say, I know you feel bad. I know you wanted to win too, but since I'm such a nice guy, we can all be winners today. Boom, boom, boom. And that is just putting moves together for a routine. You don't have to necessarily do this routine, but nonetheless, I think these moves are pretty good, and I hope you practice them. Alright guys, so as always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. It truly does mean the world to me. And so if you learned something new, and if you got value from the video, do me a huge favor and hit that like button and sub to the channel. Until next time, happy practicing. I love you guys.